and I'm gonna get a lot of too, but honestly, there could be the way where you put Crawford over.
You know, he coming behind his jab, he throwing straight punches, he going to the body, going in up and down. He just got to tighten up a little bit on his defense, but other than that, man,
The pound-for-pound #1 ranking is never guaranteed in a sport that is fraught with controversy. Fans and media are battling. One of the most feared men in boxing has issued a definite declaration. David Benavidez, the Mexican monster, has spoken out about Terence Bud Crawford, but his words are hardly a call to action. Terence Crawford, weighing 168 pounds, not only defeated, but also broke Canelo Alvarez. A little boxer who advanced through the ranks completely defeated the man who appeared unbeatable.
Is he on the Mount Rushmore of
Hell
boxers?
Yeah. Yes. Fuck yeah.
Yeah?
3-time undisputed. He just beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The face of boxing. So now you can say Bud is the face of boxing.
Greatest of all time, or?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it can never be one great, but he definitely one of the greatest of all time. For sure.
Benavidez understands what it takes to succeed at the highest levels because he has won multiple championships and has never lost. David Benavidez's admiration for Terence Crawford extended beyond simple honors. Benavidez, who believes he is the finest in the world, accomplished the unthinkable in a sport where ego and callouts are crucial. He didn't simply applaud Crawford. He dubbed him the Mount Rushmore of boxing right away. To him, he was one of the greatest fighters of all time, changing history in ways that most people will never see.
Terence Crawford, because, you know, he beat, he did something that I didn't think he was going to do. You know what I mean? He beat Canelo. You know, that's 3 weight classes going up. You know what I mean? And he made it look pretty easy. So you have to give it to Crawford.
This praise comes from your most dangerous adversary. That's the kind of compliment that keeps everyone quiet. After seeing Crawford move up in weight to win all of the belts, Benavidez gave him his approval. But what he said next demonstrates Crawford's persistence. People asked Benavidez about Crawford, and he said he was most pleased with him. He didn't mention Crawford's quickness, footwork, or ability to switch stances. He demonstrated something that cannot be trained. He thought Crawford's heart stood out the most. Benavidez was astonished that Crawford chose to stand and fight a stronger puncher like Canelo in the later rounds, despite the fact that Crawford was clearly winning the fight.
What impressed me the most was Crawford's ability to stay focused in the fight, and not only just to stay focused and box, but he also got rugged in there. You know what I mean? He started balling with him towards some late rounds. You know what I mean? That's something I appreciate in a fighter. You know what I mean? He was already up. He could have chose to just box, but he went in there and he tried to brawl with him in the last round. So that's really what impressed me. His heart more than anything impressed me.
Crawford did not simply want to win. He wanted to be in command. He has a great drive to murder, which stops him from effortlessly winning.
Good fight. You know, it's a good fight for both of them. Good fight for I think it's more important for Crawford than anybody, you know, but I think if anybody could beat Canelo, I think Crawford could.
Yeah, I know you said like he could be the guy. What kind of a chance do you ultimately give him?
I think you give him like a 7 out of a 10.
Oh, wow, that high. I thought you were going to say like 25.
I mean, no, Crawford is good. Crawford is good, and I think he's been known that he's going to fight Canelo for a long time. And you know, Crawford he likes to pick up the weight, so I'm sure he's been working on the weights for a long time. So, you know, Crawford, when he has with a person that has a big IQ like that, if you do enough weights, you know, and you stay working for a long time, you know, you have a puncher.
Benavidez believes that's the hidden tool. We do not believe Crawford will lose as a result of this. He has exceptional skills, but he also has a frightening attitude to match them. Benavidez believes Canelo Alvarez has lost his way of thinking.
And I'm gonna get a lot of too, but honestly, there could be the way where you put Crawford over Mayweather. Because of going up, you didn't see Mayweather go up from 147 to 168. That's crazy, bro. And honestly, I thought Crawford was gonna have more of a hard time because he had a hard time with Madronov. So imagine going up to it. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, but I don't want to take nothing away from Mayweather. Mayweather is the greatest of all time. But I think that was a really big risk that Crawford took, and then he ended up winning. You know what I mean? So you have to give credit to that too. I mean, that's a big risk. That'd be like me going up and fighting Usyk right now, heavyweight.
I know that's been kind of hinted.
I'm not thinking of that right now. I'm not thinking of that right now. No, but that's kind of like how that'd be. You know what I mean? So you have to, bro. That's a lot of. He has a lot of balls to do that, and not only to go do that to show the world that he's really like that.
Crawford's praise was a double-edged sword, as Benavidez used it to bash Canelo Alvarez. After showing himself to be the greatest of all time, Crawford pursued the man he had been. After years of rivalry, Zan overcame him in a crushing manner. Benavidez discussed what he believes was Canelo's fatal blunder. Tan's true loss was due to his negative self-esteem. Lack of expertise or power was not the issue. He claimed that Canelo's ego was too large for him to manage. It wasn't simply a loss. We learned something from it. Benavidez did not hold back. People claimed that Canelo was disrespectful to both his opponent and the sport. He claims Canelo did not pay attention during the fight. He stated that the winner was walking forward and throwing approximately 10 punches to back up his allegations. This is what Benavidez stated about Canelo. "Oh, I'll simply walk through Crawford, hit him with a powerful stroke, and that'll be it."
I'm not happy that he lost. I kind of felt like that could have been me. That was my moment. You know what I mean? If I would have gone in there, I know I would have beat him. You know what I mean? So I don't want to be a hater, but that's kind of how I feel. But you know what I mean? I give all the flowers to Crawford. You know what I mean?
That should have been me in there. That should have been my.
If I would have got that fight, I would have been me. I would have been the one getting my hand raised. But like I said, it didn't happen, and that's why it didn't happen, because Canelo knows that would have.
Being nasty like that is unacceptable in our sport. Benavidez made this obvious. Finally, he highlighted a terrifying truth that all fighters should remember, as it can come back to haunt them. Indeed, Canelo's ego, which had propelled him to fame, ultimately brought him down.
I think Crawford took it way more serious than Canelo, which is kind of weird because, you know, the amount of money that Canelo was making. And I know all these people say, oh, yeah, you know, talking shit about Canelo. I'm not talking shit about him. He just didn't look like he really prepared 100%. He's throwing 10 punches around. Or I think his ego is that big that he thought that, oh, I'm just going to walk through him, catch him with a good shot, and it's going to be done. As you can see, Crawford is a different type of fighter. Not only does he have the boxing IQ, he has that dog in him. He was in there, he was brawling with Canelo like in the 8th, 9th, getting the best out of him. Boxing, he's epitome of a great boxer. There's a lot of lessons to be learned in that fight, you know what I mean? If you really want to make something come true and you really believe it, you can make it come true. And then the other lesson is, don't let your ego get the best out of you, and don't think that you don't have to prepare because you're a bigger fighter. You know what I mean? That shit will bite you.
Canelo was no longer king. All eyes were on the next clear super fight, the man with the most lethal instincts. Terence Crawford faces the sport's most avoidable pressure fighter, David Benavidez of Mexico. The torch was properly handed off. The new king faces the king who is yet to be crowned. It was a war for the spirit of the 168-pound division. The excitement started straight away. The contest was the appropriate bout. When Benavidez eventually responded to the question, everyone was stunned. He did not only decline the battle, he outright dismissed it. He simply brushed it off. He stated that he does not want to face Terence Crawford. His argument was equally startling as the rejection itself. His remarks were heard all around the world. I'm going with 168 pounds in the super middleweight division. He's gone. He also stated that he would not change his mind regarding the big reward versus Canelo. That suggests he isn't doing it for Crawford at all.
Could you still make 168? Is that a possibility?
Honestly, bro, my plan is after this fight, I want to go down to 154. Nah, bro. I'm done with cruiserweight. You know, I want to take this opportunity though. Yes, I say cruiserweight. I want to take this opportunity to, you know, congratulate Crawford. You know, he put a hell of a performance. He's up there in the Mount Rushmore of the greatest fighters of all time. And, you know, let Crawford do his thing, bro. You know, at the end of the day, I have no interest in fighting Crawford. I have no interest in going down to 168. I mean, yeah, it's nice that it would be dope winning all titles, but I'm way past that at 168. You know, the only reason I wouldn't even go down to 168 for Canelo, and I'm just being real with you, you know. And let Crawford do his thing. Let him have his, let him. I want to give his flowers, man, because he's a great fighter, man. When there's no other fighter that's coming up from 147 to beat a type of fighter like Canelo at 168, you know, and Crawford, you know, he's one of the greatest of all time. So, you know, I have no interest in going down to 168. I'm not saying that I'm scared of Crawford or whatever, you know, but Crawford's a man at 168. That's his weight class. I'm done with one.
In a chilly, almost dismissive statement, Benavidez called off the biggest fight in boxing. His sole words were, "Let Terence Crawford live." That is his weight class. He turned his back on the entire division, fans, and the highly anticipated battle, leaving Crawford as the clear winner.
Canelo fight luck with Benavidez. Who do you favor?
I still got it at 50-50. Benavidez good, but Canelo is, you know what I mean, great. we just gotta see the fight, man. We all want to see the fight.
Do you think he gets him to the body? Because Booba was landing a lot of body shots.
I don't know. That's why I said we gotta watch the fight. You know what I mean? It's a different style, different type of fighter. You got two strong fighters going head to head.
Is Canelo the only 68U fighter? Would you consider a Benavidez?
Yeah, Canelo the only one.
However, why would he do this as the top fighter in his division? Why would he leave it for a division with more stars and higher pay? This is an untold story that many people neglect. If you weigh 168 pounds, Benavidez has a bad history. He is the first two-time world champion to drop both championships. His first reign was over when he tested positive for cocaine. He lost his belt. After regaining it, he lost it again. This loss occurred because he failed to follow the weight rules. For him, the transition from his prior weight has been hard and painful. He's dropped a lot of weight in the past, and his weight decreased to 168 pounds. It's hard. The Mexican monster is currently on the hunt for a new food source. He does not want to look back. He has left his former kingdom for good and is now up to 175 pounds, with cruiserweight in mind. He aspires to be the best in a new field and targets light heavyweight giants. Artur Beterbiev and Dimitri Bivol even want to meet Zurdo Ramirez.
For the opportunity to fight, we've been in talks fighting Zurdo Ramirez for his belts at cruiserweight. So we're already in talks of that, you know, and then that's definitely a fight that has to happen because I used to spar him when I was 18 years old. All the way, you know, I sparred him a lot, so I know that's a pay-per-view fight. So it was a pay-per-view sparring session, so the fight is going to be, you know, way better. But yeah, definitely, that's in my sights. You know, I definitely want to go up to cruiserweight, and I want to be a reigning defending champion at light heavyweight, and then make my way up to cruiserweight. But
he is giving Crawford the 168-pound title despite the fact that he plainly respects him and does not want to confront him.
I put 5. That's right.
Wow. That's cheating.
I love it.
That is cheating.
That's a heel turn. You the boss.
That is heel.
That's a heel turn.
I love it. You do that 5.
Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. Roy at his peak. Just remember this. If Roy would have retired after the Ruiz fight, he would have replaced Sugar Ray Robinson as the greatest fighter of all time. I agree. Right? But he didn't, and the rest of that stuff is in there, right? So I get it. But Roy at his peak, I think, had a higher peak than anyone on this list. I agree. Okay, Manny Pacquiao, we've all said it a million times. I think he is, outside of Sugar Ray Robinson, I have Manny Pacquiao's second greatest pound-for-pound fighter ever. Floyd Mayweather never lost. And did he cherry-pick when and where? Yes. But guys, from 130, 135, he cleaned out 135. He beat the best guy at 130, beat the best guy at 135. Yes, did he pick and choose at 140, 47, and 54? Yeah, but he won all those fights. That's right. And he beat a lot of good fighters. And more than that, put Floyd at his best with anyone through history. You do not know who.
It concludes the entire sport with a query that begs the question: did Big Ego cost him the titles and keep viewers from seeing the true super fight? Or is David Benavidez simply fleeing the person to whom he recently built a monument on Mount Rushmore? The video for today is now complete. Please hit the bell button, follow, and give a like if you enjoy it so you don't miss any future videos. Remember to leave your thoughts in the designated space. We will see you at the next one.